それでは、これよりEMOハノーバー2025ワールドツアーを始めさせていただきます。私は本企画のですね、司会進行役を務めさせていただきます。日本工業大学工技術博物館のですね、清水と申します。よろしくお願いいたします。すでにご案内されているようにですね、EMOハノーバー2025は今年の9月22日から26日まで、ドイツハノーバー国際見本市会場で開催をされます。私自身、EMOにはですね、これまで3回ほど視察ができなかった年がありますが、36年前の1989年、平成元年のですね、第8回EMO以来、連続して視察をさせていただいております。私は学側の人間ですので、ビジネスとあまり関係はありませんでしたが、大変魅力的で、そして素晴らしくてですね、毎回この独創的なこの技術がですね、展示をされ、大変私のですね、研究活動の中でも大変勉強になり、期待外れのない、展示会でありました。このEMOはですね、1975年に第1回が開催され、今回は26回目ということで、ございまして、今年はEMO開催50周年という記念すべき年になっております。このような年にですね、本司会を務めさせていただくことを大変嬉しく、また光栄に思っております。本日はですね、この本企画は皆様にとって充実した有益なものになるようにですね、お手伝いをさせていただきますので、よろしくお願いいたします。本日の予定ですが、まず簡単にパネリストの皆様に、自己紹介をですね、お願いをして、その後に基調講演として主催者側のお二人からですね、EMOの概要と魅力などについてご紹介をいただきます。その後、このお二人のですね、講演者に加えて出展者側からですね、2名の方にご参加をいただいて、パネルディスカッションを行う予定でございます。このパネルディスカッションを通してですね、EMOに出展する、あるいはEMOを訪問視察することのですね、いい、素晴らしさ、期待などについてご議論をしていただき、皆様にとってEMOへのこの出展、訪問がですね、より効果的なですね、ものになるように、そしてまたより多くの皆様にですね、このEMO 2025ハノーバーにですね、ご訪問、ご参加をいただけるようにですね、いろんな興味深いですね、情報提供、あるいは情報交換のですね、できればというふうに思っております。それではですね、4人のパネリストにですね、それぞれ簡単に自己紹介をお願いしたいと思います。皆様には簡単にですね、お名前とご所属、そして一言、ご挨拶をいただければというふうに思っております。それではですね、まず主催者側のですね、パワーデーベイのドクターヘイリングさんからですね、ちょっと自己紹介をお願いしたいと思います。ヘイリングさん、よろしくお願いします。
It's working. So, good morning. My name is Markus Hering. I'm the Managing Director of VDW. And VDW is the German manufacturing, the German Machine Tool Builders Association. We are working as a usual association is doing, so a lot of in technical issues, standardization. We are delivering statistics to our members. We are working in, like cases UMATI, maybe you have heard about that, connectivity of machines. We now set up some rules for carbon footprint of technology and especially for machine tools. And in addition to that, VDW is also active as an organizer of trade fair shows. And the most important trade fair show, of course, is EMO for our industry and also for the association. Beside that, I'm an engineer, studied mechanical engineering in Aachen at the university. The background is I'm a process engineer, and I'm now working for different associations like VDMA, so the Mechanical Engineering Association in Germany, for more than 25 years. It's a pleasure for me to be here today in Tokyo and share with you my thoughts about EMO and the current developments of our industry. Thank you.
どうもありがとうございます。じゃあ続いてドイツベッセのですね、コンツアスさんの方からよろしくお願いいたします。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to be here. My name is Hartwig von Sass. I'm from Deutsche Messe AG, and there I'm the head of new business for my company. And also I am part of the EMO team. Deutsche Messe is running the biggest fairground in the world in Hanover, and we are the host of the EMO this year again. And it's an honor for us to have a guest event like the EMO, because this is the World Summit for the machine tool industry, and it's a hotspot of innovation every year. From my profession, I'm not an engineer like Markus. I'm a business reporter. I worked 10 years for the biggest German news agency, Deutsche Presseagentur. It's an agency like Reuters or AP. And now I'm more than 25 years at Deutsche Messe. So I'm so happy to be here, and I will talk to you about trade shows in general today, and a little bit about my hometown, Hanover. Thank you.
どうもありがとうございます。それでは続きまして出展者側としてですね、大熊の山本様からよろしくお願いいたします。
はい、大熊の山本と申します。本日お招きいただきましてありがとうございます。私ですね、会社では海外の販売、海外事業の担当をしております。2017年からですか、2017年から21年の間はドイツに駐在をしておりました。で、アメリカには合計で12年ほど駐在をしております。こうやってですね、海外での営業活動の方の支援をしておるわけですけれども、一方で現地法人、アメリカの現地法人とそれからドイツの現地法人、こちらの責任者もさせてもらっております。私のキャリアで言いますと、入社した時には実は生産技術者として入社したわけでございますが、いつの間にかですね営業の方になっておるわけですけれども、お客様のかゆいところに手が届くようなご提案をするということを心がけているというところでございます。本日はよろしくお願いいたします。
どうもありがとうございます。それでは山崎正樹の山崎様の方からよろしくお願いいたします。
皆様おはようございます。山崎マザックの山崎拓と申します。私は欧州で現在8年赴任しておりまして、本日はドイツの方から参加させていただいております。欧州では、欧州副総支配人として、技術の責任者を務めさせていただいております。私も、エンジニア私系になります。本日はEMOの魅力を一つでも多く皆様にお伝えできればと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。
どうもありがとうございます。それではですね、早速ですけれども基調講演の方に入りたいと思います。まずドクターヘリクさんの方からものづくりのために開催される生産技術の国際展示会というタイトルでですねご講演をお願いしたいと思います。それではヘリクさんよろしくお願いいたします。ご講演よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, so again, good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to be honest, it's the first stage of our physical EMO World Tour, starting today in Tokyo. So my real pleasure being here. Also, to be honest, we had a pre-start last Friday with the virtual show, but today we're leaving this afternoon. Tomorrow we will be in Seoul, and then we are going on forward. Yeah, I would like to talk a little bit about EMO, some key points of EMO, some key figures of EMO, and also a little bit about the global economy. Okay, whatever. So, it's my pleasure to welcome you here in Japan. Yeah, EMO is the world leading show of the machine tool industry. Mr. von Sass said is the world summit of the machine tool industry. With the tagline Innovate Manufacturing, we present together with the manufacturers the newest developments in the machine tool industry. And it's not just the machine tool itself, it's all the value chain around that. And EMO stands for innovation, stands for inspiration, and also stands for internationality. From beginning on, EMO was the international showcase of the machine tool industry. And this platform gives you the opportunity also to meet your colleagues, your clients, your suppliers, so the whole value chain, the global business people of the metalworking industry. I guess this is one of the big perspectives, of the big values of EMO. And also, EMO has ever been a little bit a trendsetter, a trend barometer of the current economy status what we have. I will talk later on about economy and business facts. We have at the moment some interesting times with a lot of challenges in global economy. The next date, you have heard about that, is 22nd up to 26th of September, taking place again in Hanover this year. And this year is also the 50th anniversary of EMO. Started in 75 and now 2025, it's the 50th anniversary. And during that time, fairs changed completely their behavior, their character. If we are looking back 50 years, that was a time without cell phones, smartphones. It was a time without mobile devices, without internet. At that time, you have to be at a trade fair show to see the newest technological developments. And that has been, of course, the focus for the first, I would say, 20, 30, 35 years of EMO, and also at that time, shows you have to be there to see the newest technologies. And that changed in the meantime. Nowadays, you can get all the news, the new developments you can receive on the internet. You have showcases there, you have virtual showrooms of some companies at the internet. There is now a different function of trade fair shows. And I would say the main focus for trade fair shows today is networking. It's to meet the industry and also to get the idea what is the future of my industry, what is the future of my business. And at EMO you can receive that information directly from manufacturers, from the others. You have a forum where you have speeches about the industry developments. And I guess therefore, and we learned that during COVID pandemic situation, there is still a need for trade fair shows. There is still a need to meet other people and to be in personal contact with the industry, with suppliers, with customers. So we are really happy to have this 50th anniversary. Yeah, let's speak a little about the worldwide industry situation, what we have today. You see here the figures from the last years. We have the world economy, we have Asia, we have the Americas, and we have Europe. And as you can see, 24 last year, even if the figures are not finally set, so it's a little bit estimated for the last month. There has been a recession in Europe. Asia is still the strongest market, and then Americas is also very slow down, but the perspective is there. So we expect, with our figures based on, we have a forecast what is coming from Oxford Economics, we expect a growth starting second half of 25 and then really speed up in the next year. Based on that also you see the investments coming back also within the upcoming years, especially 26, even if some markets like Asia is going down, but we expect also for Europe again a growth. So I guess the economy outlook is okay. There are still, and that is the big issue, some uncertainties at the market. Of course, uncertainties about the development, but also uncertainties about what is the future of the market situation. We have transformation in the automotive sector, what is a challenge, especially for the machine tool side. We have transformation in the energy sector from coal combustion, also in Germany from nuclear power to green technologies. We have a growing market still in aerospace technologies. We have a growing market in medical devices, in medical solutions. So we have a swift in industry. Mechanical engineering is today the most important industry for the machine tool builders, and the perspective for machine tool industry therefore is positive, and we expect the growth. If we look into the global machine tool production in 24 and also the estimation for 25, 24 is a little bit shrinking, that is what we expect. It's not a surprise with the figures what we have seen before. 25 will be a small growth, but not mainly coming from Europe, and then we expect still a growth for the upcoming years, 26, 27, that is the forecast what we have. If we look into the Japanese market, and I said several times in former discussions, Japan is a little bit comparable to the German market. So we have a strong mechanical engineering industry, we have a strong automotive industry in both countries. We are both, I would say, export-orientated countries, so very similar. We have, both countries have a demographic situation that we have less and less younger people, what is a challenge for skilled workforce, what is a challenge for getting young engineers. Japan is, based on our figures, number 3 in the producers of the machine tool industry. It's always on more or less on the same level as German machine tool industry is. The exports of that is also place number 3, $5.6 billion what is going to export. Just with this strong manufacturing industry or machine tool industry in background, just a short or small figure of importers. And in consumption is on world number 6. If we're looking to where the exports are going from Japan and where the imports are coming from, first of all, China is the most important export market, not so far away, close by for Japan, followed by United States, and then, far away from that, it's India, Thailand, and Korea. If we're looking to the import market share, it's China, number 1, where a lot of solutions are coming from, and then followed by Germany, and then far away Thailand, Switzerland, and Taiwan. These are the 5 big countries. And if I would take a look to Germany, it's very comparable. Also, the export quote is very similar, and of course, for the European, for the German manufacturers, the most important market is for sure Europe. I would say usually the market share is around about 50%, and then 20% United States, 20% China, Asia. So it's very comparable to that. What are the main topics, what are the focus topics of the next EMO? First of all, one of the big topics what we see for next EMO is automation. The automation of the machine tool industry. That means is first of all outside solutions, so material handling, supplying to the machine, but also internal, that means tool exchange and all the other things. It's becoming more and more important. And we see at the market solutions where you have 24/7 operating time, so that means all day, 7 days per week, without more or less need skilled workforce for that. So a fully automated production. And that is part of the solution if we speak about demographic situation, about less skilled workers. If you have and if you're able to need automation for that, you will have the opportunity to run your technology, usually without failures, maybe a little bit more flexible if you use digitalization, higher productivity for the technology, more competitiveness for the customers, and that is always the focus. At the end of the day, your customer must be with the solution what you're offering competitive at the market. And therefore it's so important to go to global shows like EMO, where you see the global production value chain, where you see the global community of the machine tool industry and of the supplier industry. So automation is one of the three big topics of EMO. The other one is, I would say, a mainstream in society, sustainability. We see climate change today is a reality. We see temperatures are going up, it's getting warmer, you have more heavy storms, you have more heavy rainfall. There is a need to rethink about the uses of resources and energy. And logically wise, also EMO is talking about sustainability and machine tool industry is talking about sustainability. What means that? How we can use technology more efficient, how we can be more energy efficient with our solutions. And also that means how can the customers of the machine tool industry be more competitive, how they can be more energy efficient. And we have, especially in Germany, after the war between Russia and Ukraine, we have nowadays really high energy prices, what have not been the case before. So that means there is also an economic aspect to save electricity, to save energy costs. And also we developed a standard for how to measure the carbon footprint of a machine tool. We developed a standard. It's now starting to getting an ISO standard to make really the technology itself comparable. We try to make it as simple as possible so it's easy to calculate for manufacturers and for users now the carbon footprint of one single machine tool. So sustainability is the second point. And the third one, also no surprise, is digitalization and also all the things around digitalization. That means connectivity of machines. That means also artificial intelligence as the next step. I'm really sure if artificial intelligence really come to the machine tool industry, and we are just at the beginning, and Hartwig said before in a meeting, we expect a little bit like exponential growth in that. It will be a game changer for the machine tool industry and also for the customer industries by using all the opportunities of artificial intelligence for that. But the basis for doing that, and also the basis for automation and the basis for measurement in sustainability is digitalization. Without digital information about the machine tool, about the performance of the machine tool, the energy consumption, and all the figures what you need, you're not able to give the information on that. That is part of the future of that, and digitalization is also the basis for a game changer of new business models for the customer industries. We see that the business model of the customer industry is changing step by step. you're coming from a workflow in mass production more and more to the workflow of individualized products, so volume 1, 2, 3, and also therefore you need automation, and also therefore you need the figures and the numbers for sustainability. And with the digitalization you are able to do that in a competitive way, that you are not just far away in the prices in comparison to mass production. So, what are the highlights in addition to that, what you can expect at EMO 25 in Hanover? Of course, we will also talk about, and we will have a joint pavilion about additive manufacturing. I'm now responsible for more than 10 years for additive manufacturing also. And we see that it's an additional technology to the classical machine tool. It gives you some additional opportunities what are not able to handle and what are not able to produce with classical machine tool technologies. But we are also convinced it's not the complete new one, and the classical technologies won't disappear because of additive manufacturing. But there are interesting, really, solutions for some sectors, for some specific parts, and we will talk about that also at EMO. We will have again a lot of startups there. At last EMO we had around about 60, we expect to have the same figures. And startups, it's so important for an industry to get the new ideas, to get the inspiration from young talents, from young engineers, and how they see the world. And I have learned once, innovation always takes place where people meet each other what are having a different background. And this different background, these different experiences, if you bring that together, you will receive at the end innovation, new ideas, and what could work. And the startup area is built for that. To bring together the classical industry, to having meetings with the new talents and their ideas. And of course, they are dealing with a lot of solutions based on digitalization, connectivity, and also mainly about artificial intelligence. So this is the place to be. This is you should look there, and you should get inspired by the ideas what the next generation have. We also have a standard booth for our young talents, for the Youth Foundation what we have. I said before, to receive again skilled workforce is a challenge with having less and less kids. But to inform them about what is interesting if you're speaking about mechanical engineering, what is interesting if you're speaking about machine tool, what inspiration can you receive there. Therefore, we established a couple of years ago the Youth Foundation. And I have been asked at the last virtual meeting why should I become an engineer? What is so interesting in that? And I said, hey, for me, as an engineer, means engineers have ever to work together in a team. I don't know any engineering where you are able to do it alone. Cooperation is one part of the solution for the global challenges what we have, but also for our industry challenges what we have. And also we have on our huge forum, we call it POP Talks, so perspectives on production. So we will have industry leaders from the consumer industry, from the customer industry, how they see the future, what is their need of technology, what are their challenges. So it will be interesting for both sides, for customer side and for manufacturer side, to listen to them and to discuss with them about the future of our production industry. Yeah, that's the short introduction from my side about EMO 2025. Thank you for being with us here, thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
どうも、デイビーさんありがとうございます。大変興味深いお話をいただけたかと思います。EMOというか、EMO以外にはですね、なかなかこう見れないというか、そういう機会がないというですね、一つの、いくつかのテーマをですね、お話をいただきましたけれども、 特に私としてはですね、このスタートアップエリアとかですね、ユーススタンドから、何ですね、ポイント、最初最後のポップ、すいません、ポップトークでしたっけ、ポップトークというコーナーをお作りになると、いうことで、やはりそこでは我々が実際に行ってですね、そういう若者といろいろ語り合っていくいうようなですね、貴重な体験もできるということで大変興味深く思いました。その他今メガトレンドとして進んでいる自動化、あるいは人工知能、デジタル化、持続可能化といういろんなメニューというか展示がですね準備されているようで大変興味深く拝聴させていただきました。ありがとうございます。それではですね、引き続きまして、2つ目の基調講演に移りたいと思います。どうもありがとうございました。次はですね、ドイツメッセのフォンザさんの方から、講演をいただきたいと思います。EMO25 を訪問すべき理由ということで、またいろいろ興味深い話を伺えるのではないかと思います。それではザスさんよろしくお願いいたします。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, again. Before we begin, I would like to start with a short film in the background, so that all those who are not yet familiar with the hosting city of EMO 2022 with Hanover have a few pictures to look at. I am very delighted to be able to speak to you today about EMO, about Hanover, but also about trade shows in general and why they are such a powerful marketing tool. As I mentioned before, my name is Hartwig von Sass, and together with my team, I'm responsible for new business at Deutsche Messe AG. We are very pleased that EMO will be in Hanover again this year and celebrating its 50th anniversary with us. We will have the opportunity to talk about EMO later and also about Hanover and the exhibition grounds. So I would like to use this time to speak about trade fairs and events in general. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where most communication happens online. In spite of this, trade fairs remain an important place to connect with clients, customers, and business partners. They let us interact in ways that emails and video calls cannot replace. A trade fair is a real-world environment where brands can show their products and visitors can see them up close. Companies also have the chance to explain what they do, answer questions in person, and understand the needs of potential customers. One main reason for companies to exhibit is that they can show their brand in a strong and emotional way. A trade fair booth is not only a place to display items. It can also be a stage or meeting point where you can create real experiences and tell stories. These moments help visitors remember your brand more clearly than any online ad. When a booth is creative and well designed, it stands out among the many other booths at a trade fair. This helps to increase your visibility and stay in people's mind longer after the event. Trade fairs offers direct contact with people who are often interested in buying. Visitors come to a fair with specific goals or project and they want to find solutions. When you talk to them face to face, you can explain your product and answer questions right away. And this is, especially for the machine tool industry, very, very important. This personal touch builds trust and can lead to stronger business relationships. Often companies can prepare or even finalize deals at trade fairs because communication is fast, clear, and direct. Some people worry about the cost of trade fair booths, such as the booth rental, the cost of design, and the staff needed at the event. In many cases, the leads you get at a trade fair are high-quality leads, because visitors are already looking for solutions. This means that they are willing to spend time learning about your products, which increases their chance of buying in the future. Even if you do not close a deal during the fair, you have built a personal relationship. This often leads to a higher conversation rate later. In the sectors like B2B, long-term partnerships matter more than large numbers of random contacts. Trade fair leads can have a higher overall value because they start with personal trust. Many trade fairs, like the EMO Hanover, attract an international crowd, which allows you to explore new markets and regions. Speaking face-to-face also helps you to understand cultural differences more quickly. This builds trust and can help you avoid misunderstanding. When you meet someone in person, you can also see their facial expressions and body language, which is not always possible in an online meeting. This makes your communication often more effective. Trade fairs like the EMO become more powerful when they are connected to your online activities. In the weeks before the fair, you can use social media or email campaigns to invite people to your booth. After the fair, you can follow up with the contacts you made by sending them more information or scheduled calls. This creates a continuous customer journey where the in-person meeting at the fair is only one step on a longer conversation. People who attend worldwide leading trade fairs like the EMO Hanover also gain special benefits. They can learn about new products in a hand-on way and speak directly with experts. And especially in the machine tool industry, this is very important because the solutions are getting more and more complex in the past. If we compare it with the first EMO, for example, the machine were not so complex like the machines right now. The visitors also gain knowledge through presentations, workshops, and discussions all at one place. It is easier to network and meet other people in the industry because everyone is there to share ideas and look for partners. The sense of community is hard to find online. One really unique advantage of trade fairs is the idea of serendipity. This happens when you find something that is valuable even though you were not looking for it. You can discover the unexpected. At a trade fair, you might walk past a booth that has a solution you never thought about, but which is perfect for your project. You might speak with an exhibitor or another visitor who brings up ideas you have never had before. This can open your mind to new possibilities and projects. It is hard to create these surprises online because online searches are often very focused. Trade fairs like the EMO, on the other hand, bring many different peoples and topics into the same place, which allows for random but helpful encounters. Trade fairs like the EMO are not old-fashioned. They are still a powerful tool for building relationships, spreading ideas, and creating business success. For exhibitors, trade fairs provide a way to show a strong brand identity, generate high-quality leads, and build trust more quickly. For visitors, trade fairs deliver real product experiences, chances to learn, and the opportunity to form valuable professional connections. The element of change or serendipity makes trade fairs a place for creative thinking and innovation. So, and now some words to Hanover. Hanover is a city that has a long tradition of hosting large trade fairs, and it's known for its modern exhibition grounds. The location has good transport links, and many hotels offer comfortable stays near the fair. People from many countries visit Hanover, so it is a great place to make international contacts. The city also has a strong record of organizing events smoothly, which makes a stay in Hanover more pleasant for both visitors and exhibitors. One of the most important events in Hanover, for sure, is EMO in this year, which focuses on metalworking and advanced manufacturing. EMO attracts companies and visitors from all over the world, which means it is a central meeting point for high-level experts in the sector. Many innovations are introduced at the EMO, and it is often the place where new technologies in production and machining are first shown to the public. EMO also gives a clear view of the latest trends, so it is the right place to learn, share ideas and sign deals in the industry. In addition, EMO benefits from the professional organization and the global reputation of Hanover's trade fairs, which helps it to run smoothly and give visitors and exhibitors a positive experience. As I said before, EMO is the world summit for the metalworking industry, and feel invited to come to Hanover. Thank you for your attention. I hope I have shown you how trade fairs bring people together in ways that digital channels cannot always match. I will be happy to answer your questions later on and say welcome to the EMO 2025 to Hanover. Thanks a lot.
どうもありがとうございます。大変興味深い話で、やはり先ほどの平均さんと同様にですね、やはりこの実際にEMOのですね会場に出向いて、いろいろコミュニケーションを取ることの重要性を改めてですねお聞きできたかと思います。その中に特にこのセレンディピティということをおっしゃってましたけども、私自身もずっとこの見学をしていてですね、大変いつも思いもつかないいろんなアイデアをですねいただくことができてですね、大変このセレンディピティという言葉は本当にそのままじゃないかなというふうに感じております。その他ハノーバーで開催する意義とかですね、あるいはEMOの魅力を改めて整理をしていただきました。本当にありがとうございます。それではですね、これからこのお二人の講演者とですね、それから出展者側の出展者側のお二人をですね加えて4人の皆様とともにですねパネルディスカッションを始めさせていただきたいと思います。それでは真ん中の方にですねちょっと椅子の方に移動いただいてご準備をお願いしたいと思います。時間がですねだいぶもう押しておりましてですね、基調講演も大変興味深いお話で予定の時間よりですねだいぶオーバーをしてお話をいただきまして、パネルディスカッションの時間が少し足りなくなるかと思いますけれども、ご了承のほどお願いいたします。まずですね今出展者側から貴重なご講演をいただきましたので、それに対してですね出展歴の長い大熊さんと山崎さんの方からですねこの出展者側から見たときにですねEMOというものがこれまでどういう出展、イベントだったのかということで、実際にこのEMOにですね長年出展をされてお感じになっているこのEMOの魅力などについてですね、お聞きしたいと思います。まず 大熊の山本さんにちょっとお聞きをしたいんですけれども、この話じゃなくても結構なんですが、例えばこの EMO に出展されてですね、御社でこのいろんな戦略的な、価値を期待していたと思うんですけれども、そういった戦略的な価値をどのようなものが戦略的な価値としてですね、得られましたか、いったお話をですね、お聞きいただければ、お話しいただければと思います。よろしくお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。改めまして山本でございます。大熊の山本でございます。よろしくお願いいたします。私どもですね、欧州での展示会、どこから出発してるかなと、社史で調べてみましたところ、1970年に、ハノーバー賞というのがあったようでございまして、それが欧州での展示会での出展が最初かなというふうに記録しております。で、EMO に関しましては1975年の第1回目、これはパリでございましたけども、続いて1977年のハノーバー、これが第2回目でございまして、1回目以降ですね、ずっとこれまで毎回ですね、展示させていただいて、出展させていただいているというところでございます。で、どうして EMO に出展しているのかというところでございますけれども、何と言いましてもやはり欧州というのは工作機械のメッカだというふうに考えてございます。お客様との接点、そのメッカでですね、お客様との接点を築いていけるというところで、弊社から見ましても世界でも最も重要な展示会の一つであるというふうに認識をしております。で、なぜ展示会がいいかというところでございますけれども、先ほどのですね、基調講演の中にもございましたように、やはりデジタルではなくリアルであると。これをどういう感覚かなと私考えてみますと、デジタルで得られる知識、性的な知識というものから、生きた知恵に変えられる場所かなと。その知恵に変わるのはやはり人と人との実際のコミュニケーション、これがあるからじゃないかなというふうに考えております。じゃあどんなコミュニケーションがあるのかなというところでございますけれども、メーカーとしての私どもとしましては、お客様のその先のお客様、このニーズを知ることによって、私どものお客様が何をしなきゃいけないか、どういうチャレンジがあるのかということを理解する。それに対して私どもはソリューションを提供する。その中の一つとして工作機械もあると、そんな位置づけじゃないかというふうに考えております。そういう意味で私どもメーカーにとりまして、こういったところでお客様とコミュニケーションを図りながら、お客様の持ってらっしゃる知恵、悩み、チャレンジ、これを共有化して具現化していくという非常に貴重な機会であるというのがまず一つかなというふうに考えております。もう一つがですね、やはりメッカ欧州でございます。そこで、弊社のブランド価値ですね、ブランドを知っていただく、その中で大熊という、弊社のような会社がどんな会社であるか、これは各社様同じだと思うんですけども、どんな個性を持った会社なのかと、何を得意としているのかといったところも皆さんにご紹介できる場じゃないかなと。もう一つが、昔のことになりますけれども、その、代理店を、うちの商品を例えば代理店としてどこどこの国で販売したいとかですね、そういったお申し出もいただけるといった点がございまして、いろいろな面から、非常に貴重な知恵が得られる場所だなというふうに考えております。まとめて言いますと、やはり最新の技術トレンド、それからマーケットのトレンド、これからどこへ行くんだろうという指針、こういったものをやはり欧州先頭で走っている部分もございますので、そういったことを知ることができて、会社としましても将来への投資、これに対する羅針盤のような役割をしているんじゃないかなと私どもは考えておりまして、そういった意味で、戦略的価値というのは将来への投資への羅針盤的なところが私どもとしては非常に有効であるというふうに考えております。ありがとうございます。
大変貴重なご体験をですね、お話しいただきましてありがとうございます。 それでは山崎マザックの山崎さん、いかがでしょうか。
はい、山崎マザックの山崎です。今、大熊の山本様がおっしゃったことは全て私も同意しておりまして、重複する内容は割愛させていただきますが、2点付け加えさせていただきますと、まず1つ目は、このEMOという、イベントで、1週間のイベントで、我々欧州中のスタッフが一堂に、会して、みんなで結束して士気を高めることができる貴重なイベントとなります。ですので、我々としてはこのイベントというものを通して、社内の結束力を高めることができるというのが一つの、魅力であると考えております。もう一つは、これは大変重要なことなんですが、EMOのような国際展示会っていうのは世界中に数多く、存在しております。その中でこのEMOの特徴といいますのは、地元のドイツ企業に多少アドバンテージはあるんですが、EMOほど、フェアな、競争ということができている、展示会というのはないのではないかと思います。ですので、例えば、他の国での展示会に行きますと地元の企業に大変偏っていて、日本企業であったりヨーロッパ企業はそこにないというようなことがあるのですが、EMOというのは世界中の、メーカーが一堂に、分け隔たりなく、展示している、展示会になりますので、我々展示者にとっても、来場する皆様にとっても、そこで全ての、世の中のトレンドを計り知ることができますので、今後の、戦略を立てていく上でも大変重要な展示会であると、感じております。以上です。
どうもありがとうございます。今のその結束を図れるというかね、そうだなというふうに思うんですけども、大久保さんもどうですかね。山本さんの方もそういう感じで、やはりこの展示になると、全社で結束してですね、頑張ろうというなんかこう。
そうでございますね。はい、EMOに限らずと言ってしまったこの場ではあまりふさわしくないのかもしれませんけれども、やはり大きな展示会になりますと、その前段階からですね、やはり現地の者たちとの濃密な濃厚と言ったらおかしいですね、濃密なコミュニケーションが始まりまして、それぞれの拠点にある代理店、販売代理店ですね、弊社の場合は代理店販売しておりますので、そういったところからの声ですとか、こういう展示がしてほしいとかですね、そういったものがありますし、そういったものをきっかけに、やはりどういったものを今回展示するんだよといったこともですね、やはり一堂に集めて進めていくということがございますので、非常にその結束を固めるというんですかね、そういった意味では非常に、重要な役割というんですか、ロールを持っているなというふうに考えております。ありがとうございます。
フェア感っていうね、今フェアだっていうそのどの国に対してもこうフェアで地元優先とかそういう、感覚はあまりこうなくて、非常にこの参加しやすいというお話もいただいたんですけども、そこら辺はいかがでしょうか。お感じになった
はい、ありがとうございます。私、他の展示会であまりアンフェアというものを感じたことが実はないものですからすいません。全ての展示会が結構フェアではなかろうかというふうにすいません思っております。
あとですね。
We are creating a lot of trade fairs, and I can say that a trade show is like Olympic Games. Yeah, you can be part of it, and we'll be fair to everyone who participating in, to the visitors, and also for sure to the exhibitors. Yeah.
それではですね、今お二人のお話をちょっとお聞きしてですね、今度は出展者側の方からですね、先ほどいろいろ大変素晴らしいご講演をいただいたんですけども、そういったいろんな特徴を生み出すとかですね、あるいは、このEMOにですねこう参加することによっていろんなこのイノベーションを起こす起爆剤になっているというようなお話もありましたけれども、そういったいろんな多角的なですね役割をこう果たしてきているその背景ですね、どういう背景があってこのEMOハノーバーはこういった素晴らしい魅力を生み出せているのかと、そのちょっと背景秘密みたいなのをちょっと教えていただけたらですねありがたいと思います。 かがでしょうか。もしヘリーさんからもしよろしかったらご理解いただけますか。ちょっとわかります。何かどういうその背景があってですね、いや例えば先ほど非常にハノーバーというこの土地柄がですね非常に良くて、国際的にいろんな国の方々がこう集まってもいいようにそういう環境が、ね、できているとか、そういういろんな仕組みがあってこういう素晴らしい魅力が生み出されてるんじゃないかなというふうに思うんですけども、どんな取り組みをその背景の中でですねやっていてこういう効果を生み出してるのかなというところをちょっとお聞きできればと思ったんですけど、特になければあれなんですけど、ちょっとなさそうですので、じゃあ次のちょっとご質問させていただきたいと思うんですけれども、先ほどはいいいですか。
I guess it's worth to talk a little bit about that. I wouldn't say it's a secret. It's of course it's hard work. It's not. I guess it's based in the history of it. It's the long road, the experience what we now have since more than 50 years about that. That there have been a show before EMO was established, also for machine tool. It's on that, and you have heard a little bit about that. It's the internationality of the show, not just on the exhibitor side, also on the visitor side. So you have both sides, and you have heard before from the colleagues from Okuma and from Mazak about that. It's not just telling the customers what you are able to provide to them, also receiving from customers what they need. So it's a learning on both sides. And I guess that is what EMO has ever been. It's the place where customers meet suppliers. They listen to each other, they learn from each other. It has ever been, from beginning on, and that was much more difficult in the 70s, it was ever an international show. So EMO, for those who don't know, it's French abbreviation for Exposition Mondiale de la Machine Utile. That means global show for machine tool. And that was from beginning on the focus to have the international suppliers and the international customers in one trade fair show, taking part there, meet each other, and I guess that is the specific DNA what EMO has. All the other shows, what I know, has mostly the focus on the national or the domestic market. And that is where mainly the visitors are coming from, even if you have international exhibitors, but the visitor side is then more or less the national visitor side. In EMO we have 50%, a little bit more now, international visitors. And on the exhibitor side we have more than 50% international exhibitors. In space it's a little bit different, but we have all international market suppliers there, but showing their products. And we have all international customers there. And that is what we have seen in the last 50 years. Economy today is a global business. We have all the same challenges. And we can learn from each other. And also we can learn the Japanese way of thinking and of finding solutions is a little bit different from the German ones. Those who have been for a while in Germany, of the Japanese colleagues, they know that and they feel it. But we can learn from each other. If we put all the strengths together, then we will be more able to find the right solution. And that is what I believe the world needs, what the economy needs and what technology needs. We have to learn from the strengths from each other, and EMO is the place where you can do that. And I guess that is, I would say, the specific, I wouldn't say it's a secret, I would say it's a specific DNA of EMO, this international one. And therefrom it's coming inspiration. And also the background is the innovation, what is coming from the manufacturers. That has been maybe a little bit more important 50 years ago than it's today, because we have now other ways to communicate. And if there is an innovative development in a company, they wouldn't wait anymore until the next EMO is taking place. They bring it directly to the market. That has not been the case 50 years ago. But it's still the place where you have this exchange of experience, learning from each other, and that is the specific one at EMO. But maybe you have a different one.
Markus, let me perhaps add one idea to this question is EMO combines heritage with innovation. 50th anniversary means that we have that the EMO has a 50 years history, and your company trust in the brand, trust in the value of EMO, that your wishes will come true, and you invest a lot of money for being part of the EMO. Yes, and but there, on the other hand, there's a value for you, for your company. You can make business there, and this is, I think you have in total in the trade show industry, you have a few brands that the companies exhibiting in has trust in, and EMO belongs for sure to it since 50 years. So, the combination of heritage and innovation.
どうもありがとうございます。時間がですね、もうだいぶ押してしまってですね、12時10分には終わりなさいという、指令がちょっとありましてですね、実際に皆様にもですね、会場の皆さんにいろいろご質問いただきたかったり、ちょっと時間がそうないので、ちょっと他にちょっと私もお聞きしたいなということがありますので、そちらのディスカッションをちょっとさせていただきたいと思います。まずこの主催者としてですね、この、今いろいろ、技術動向とかですね、社会のニーズとかいろんなものを急激に変化をしているわけですけども、今後ですね、そういったいろいろな技術動向、社会的な要請等々のこの変化に対応してですね、EMOをですね、今後どういうふうに進化をさせるべきというふうにお考えなのかですね、ちょっと主催者側として今後の、今回は大体分かりましたけども、今回をさらに発展させてですね、将来はこういうEMOにしていくぞという何か将来展望みたいなお考えがあればですね、ご披露いただけたらと思うんですけども、いかがでしょうか。まずヘイリーさんからお伺いできたらありがたいんですけども。
I guess if we look to the 50 years, we still see a change in trade fair shows and also in EMO. So that networking is becoming more and more important. So place to talk, place to meet, place to make business. Also nowadays, place and possibilities to use your mobile device and getting in touch with your company, with your clients, wherever they are. Is becoming more and more important. That was impossible 50 years ago. So therefore, there is a change, and that will be coming also in the upcoming years. So I guess these learning opportunities, also receiving possibilities to look what could be future solutions, that will be also essential for the upcoming years for trade fair shows and also for EMO. So I'm convinced we are on the right way with our developments, and we will go forward in that way. Any additions?
どうもありがとうございます。それではついでについでというかもう一方のですねザスさんの方のお考えもですねちょっとお聞きしたいんですけれどもいかがでしょうか。今後いろいろ今後のEMOをですねどういうふうに進化させていくべきかあるいは進化させたいと考えておられるかどんな今そういうなんていうんですかモバイル技術もですねどんどん進んでいく AI も進んでいくいろんな技術がたくさん、進歩しながらですね見方参加の仕方も変わってくると思うんですけどもそういうものに対応して今の実際に見て、確認する、こういう基本的なものはあまり変わらないかもしれないんですけどもその効果をさらに高めるようなですね何かお考えみたいなものがあればご紹介いただきたいんです。
This is a good question because my part is at Deutsche Messe to create new trade shows. And I think the future of the trade shows will be that the organizers have to build a platform where the customers, the exhibitors and the visitors can communicate and can show and can experience live events and can experience networks and can experience new ideas in the communication with other peoples. I think that trade shows and events like the EMO are getting more and more emotional and have more experiences for the people who are participating in.
ありがとうございます。じゃあこれに対してですね、逆にこの出展者側からですね、こんなエモになってならないかなという期待をですね、ちょっとぶつけていただいて、将来のですね、エモのそういう出展、会場のですね、あるいは出展法のいろんな参考に影響していただくというか、逆にそういうふうになっていただけたら多分ありがたいと思うんですけども、何か、こんなエモになったらさらにいいかなと、いうものがあれば、何かご紹介いただけたらと思うんですけど、いかがでしょうか。山本さん。
はい、ありがとうございます。直接的に一つの会社としてということよりもですね、工作機械業界これの発展、全体の発展に寄与するようなそんな取り組みもしていただきたいなというふうに思っております。って言いますのはやはり、若い人たちにとって魅力のある業界であると。日本で言いますと昔ですとお相撲と野球ぐらいしかスポーツっていうとなかったんじゃないかなと思うんですけれども、サッカーですとかラグビーですとかいろんな面白い競技があるねというところで、小さなお子さんの選択肢も広まったよねというのがあるんじゃないかと思います。そんな中で、工作機械というのは比較的ですね、人様の目に触れることもなく裏方としてやってきているわけですけれども、その中で非常に魅力のある業界である、やりがいのある業界である、製品を生み出すことも喜びでありますし、使っていただくことも喜びでありますし、そんなやりがい、こんなことを若い人たちに伝えられるような展示にもしてほしいなというふうに思っております。その中で、先ほどのドクターヒーリングさんとお呼びすればよろしいんですかね。ドクターヒーリングさんの中でヤングタレントファンデーションでしたっけ、このプレゼンテーションがあった中で、一番下にメカニカルエンジニアというふうに書いてございました。で、一方で先ほどのサステナビリティでありますとかオートメーションですとかデジタライゼーションですとかいうことになりますと、やはりメカニカルエンジニア、機械的なエンジニアだけじゃなく電気電子のエンジニア、そして情報エンジニアの方たちにも積極的な情報発信をしていって、そういう人たちからも工作機械ってやってみたいな、従事してみたいな、取り組んでみたいなっていうような業界にしていってほしいなというのも一つございます。私から以上です。
素晴らしいご提案でありがとうございます。山崎さんの方はいかがでしょうか。何かこんなエモになっていただけたらという。
私も同様の意見なんですけれども、今後の時代を担っていくのは、Z 世代の方々で、皆さんその Z 世代の方々っていうのはやはりコストパフォーマンスを大変重視されますので、エモというのは大変素晴らしいプラットフォームではあるのですが、我々も展示者側も一生懸命努力して見やすい展示を心がけていますが、やはり大きな会場で自分の目的のものを見つけやすくする工夫っていうのが展示者側だけではなくて運営者側にも必要なんではないかと考えております。それとエンジニアを集めることも大変重要なんですけれども、工作機械というものをもっと世の中に広く知れ渡っていただくために、ソーシャルメディアとか、YouTuber などのインフルエンサー、もしくは、エモの、定期、エモの専用チャンネルなどを頻繁に更新するなどの取り組みなどもそのような世代に響くのではないかと考えております。
ありがとうございます。 今のご提案をですね聞いて、出展者側のエリングさん、あるいはズダツさん、こんな我々もそういうふうにできるぞとか、すでにそのぐらい考えているとかですね、ちょっとお聞きしたいのはですね、ドイツでは工作機械という言葉、ベルクセルクマシンですねという言葉は一般の市民の方にも広く理解されておりませんでしょうか。日本ではほとんど工作機械ということはですね、一般の方々は理解されてないんですね。でそういう意味で工作機械産業の皆さんはもっともっと工作機械の重要性とかですね、そういった社会的な役割の大きさをですね、もっともっとこう知ってほしいというふうに考えているんですけども、なかなかそれがまだ実現できてないというのが現状なんですけども、ドイツでは工作機械はもう一般の人には馴染みの深い機械なんでしょうか。ヘリングさんいかがでしょう。
I guess the challenge is the same what we have in Germany as you have in Japan. Of course, a lot of people know that what are belonging to that industry, but those people what have no relationship with production technologies, maybe they don't know. I guess I'm not sure that they have to know everything about a machine tool, but they have to know how important is production technology for a society like the German ones. So with the export quota of more than 80%, it's essential that we have a strong production technology. And as we all know, the machine tool is the backbone of production technologies. So this is the basis for the life standard what we have in Germany and what we have in Europe, and I guess it's comparable to you in Japan. And what we are discussing, and what from my point of view is so important, that society and also young people are understanding where life standard is coming from and how important is technology to have that, and how important is it to have the right conditions for production technologies in your country. That is what we're speaking about, regulation and maybe over-regulation what is coming from politicians, because that has an influence to that. So we need the right rules as a production country to produce and make it possible that the customers of the machine tool industry are able to produce with their technology the right products for having then maybe an easier life for society. And that is important. And then bringing together young people and show that machine tool is not a boring industry where you use working clothes and have to work hours and hours by drilling, milling or whatever, and show, no, it's a very creative industry. It's that sector where you're able to change the world with the products. You need teamwork for that with constructions, but at the end, this is the basis for all products what have the chance to change the world and to change our daily life. With convenient products like cars, with airplanes, but also with just simple solutions like smartphones or whatever. For each part what we are using, you need a machine tool somewhere in the production chain. And that is important, not to know the details of a machine tool, but to know that production and technology, what you need for production, is essential for our life as we as a modern society as now. And that is not easy to receive. It's a long way, needs a lot of communication, a lot of information, not just from the association, also from companies, and also maybe the hardest way is to make politicians aware of that, because they live sometimes in a different world. That is my impression.
どうもありがとうございました。ザさん何かありますか？特になければあれですけど、何かコメントあれば。
No, I'm fine. But let me do this joke. It's my first question that I'm answering everyone I met first. What is a Werkzeugmaschine? It's a typical German word, yes. But a lot of people in my community know what it means.
ドイツでそういう状況ですと、日本はもっともっと努力をしなくてはいけないかなというふうに感じた次第です。 特にエモの会場に行く時のトラムの中でですね、エモのいろんな紹介をしてますよね。でかなり一般の市民の人も理解をしているのかなというふうに感じてはいたんですけども、まだそれでもまだなかなか伝わらないということですので、少し努力をしなくてはいけないなと改めて思いました。でちょっと時間が押してますけど、会場の方からですね、何かこれを機会に何かご質問、してみたい何かあればですね、お願いしたらどうぞ。今お持ちしますので。
ありがとうございます。My question is so simple, so I'll try to speak in English.
Simple questions are the most difficult ones.
Could be. Yeah. I was reading about the infection of the impact of by President Trump second. So I guess you often ask this kind of question, but is there any trend of like choosing to invest not in Canada or Mexico but also inside the States, or otherwise, is there any possibility of symptoms of the investing like ICE solutions or hybrid solution instead of EV solutions? How do you think about these symptoms or trend?
Yeah, so maybe first talking a little about United States. Yeah, first of all, it's an important market. On the other way, they don't have a strong production technology in the United States. They don't have a strong machine tool industry. So that means if they would like, and they tried it since a couple of years, to try to bring back production to the United States, they have to buy from Japan, from Germany, from somewhere else. They have to buy technology. If they would like to put tax on that, they have to pay additional tax. So I wouldn't say I'm relaxed, but we have to wait on that. And also I see the big challenge of skilled workers in the United States also. So even if they would like to bring back production technology, they need the skilled workers, what they don't have. So all of them will have subsidiaries in the United States. They have difficulties to get the right staff to work for them. So it will be a challenge. In my heart, I'm convinced to do it by themselves is not the solution what the global world needs. I said before, cooperation is the solution, and therefore I believe also for the United States, cooperation should be the solution and the way to act. What is coming out at the end, and I see the biggest risk with the conflict with China, what is coming up more and more from the United States, than putting tax on imported technology. I guess a lot of people would pay a lot of money if I know what is coming out at the end. So for me, it's absolutely open. And day by day, you could take your smartphone and you get new information from the United States, from Trump, where you say, that is true. I can't believe. So he has so many, I would say, strange ideas and strange positions, and he's changing day by day. Forecast for me is impossible. Talking about the automotive industry is the other issue. As I know, the Japanese solution is more hybrid than simple EV. Personally wise, I would say it was a good decision. Maybe the better one than the European position, just put on EV. I think it's the right solution due to several issues. First of all, the major challenge or the biggest challenge what we have in the automotive sector, or in the car sector, using the cars, is we should talk about what is the future of transportation. And if we have an idea how transportation could be done in the future, from that position there should come the solution about the engine what we are using. Should it be electricity? Should it be hybrid? Should it be combustion? Should it be hydrogen or whatever? Fuel cell? Could be different solutions. And I don't believe that the future is that always sitting one person in one car, what he's owning and driving from A to B, and 99% of the time try to place somewhere your car on a parking place or wherever. That is not the solution. It's a little bit a modern way, or I would say an alternative way of saying, okay, electricity and then everything is solved, but it's not true. We have other issues. The delivery system of electricity is not built for that. In Germany we have around about 50 million cars. And if 50 million cars will use 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock, the charging station, the light will be off for sure. So there is no idea in doing that. The other aspect, what I bring always on the table is, we speak nowadays, due to the situation in Russia and Ukraine, about defense should become stronger. I can't really believe that in defense you will use electromobility in the future.
まだあるかと思うんですけども、
Yeah, but
ちょっと時間がですね。
just one sentence more. But if you use a combustion-driven engine, you need the background for that. You need the infrastructure for that. That means you need the petrol stations. You need the people who are able to repair the cars. That had been all the other years. If we stop that and we just have in the daily life of private persons electromobility, how we could do that on the other side. So there are so many open questions, and I believe there will be, and it's necessary to rethink about what is the right solution. And coming from, first of all, what is the future of transportation and mobility, and if we have the answer on that, what technology need we to reach that, what we see as the future.
どうも、どうも、まだ議論は尽きないと思うんですけれども、その他にまた皆さんもいろいろご質問をお持ちかと思いますけれども、この、ネットワーキングランチの方でですね、ご質問を受けたいと思いますので、もしご質問があればですね、ネットワーキングランチの方で、各講演者、あるいはパネリストの方々ですね、いろいろお聞きをいただきたいと思います。一応予定している12時10分は超えてですね、20分までちょっと折りしをいただいたんですけども、その時間もちょっと過ぎておりまして、これでですね、本企画をですね、終了させていただきたいと思います。大変貴重なですね、ご講演、ご議論いただきましたパネリストの皆様にですね、改めて拍手を持ってですね、謝意を表したいと思います。本日はどうもありがとうございました。皆様におかれましてはですね、やはりこのEMOというのは実際に行ってみて、触って感じてですね、いろんな方々と実際にコミュニケーションを取ることの重要性、そしてEMOハノーバーであることのこの意義ともですね、お感じいただけたかと思います。ぜひですね、皆様、EMO 2025ハノーバーにですね、ご視察あるいはご訪問していただいて、さらにですね、皆様のいろんな将来のですね、いろんな、発展にですね、つなげていただければというふうに思います。それでは